Welcome everybody. Today we're back in Orlando, Florida, Walt Disney World to be specific, and to be more specific than that, our room tour is of a room at the Contemporary Hotel. We're at club level. When we're done here, I'll show you some of the amenities that are available to people who stay at the club level. So let's go inside and take a look at the room. And as we enter the room, to the left we have a couple of closets. There's a really big luggage rack and a lot of hangers here. So it looks like we've got about a dozen hangers. Extra blankets. A Keurig coffee machine, those are always nice. And a variety of coffees. Cups, glasses, ice bucket. And look at this. We have robes and slippers. A couple of drawers down here. And a safe. To the right, as you walk in the room, you can see the bathroom. And this is pretty typical of the rooms at the Contemporary. At least everyone I've stayed in, they have these very shallow sinks. Not a lot of counter space. They have this little bit of counter in between. But look at all the products that you get. Mouthwash and vanity kits, and they even give you some sunscreen. A couple of lighted mirrors. And it is raining today, so there the rain poncho is drying out in the tub area. And the toilet area is separate from the sinks and the shower. And in here we have a hamper. So when we're done with our towels, we have a place to put them rather than make them lie around on the floor. And we even have a makeup mirror. And the bedroom has 2 queen-size beds. And there is a nice area over here, kind of a desk area. There's a table that you can move around. It's on wheels. And we have a lot of outlets. There are not USB ports, but there are a lot of outlets. Once again, another large mirror. And down here we have a chest of drawers. Pretty good sized drawers. And they even gave us some booklets about the Magic Kingdom and things around Walt Disney World. Here's Disney Springs, different theme parks, dining at the Contemporary. Over here you see a very large screen TV. And this would lead to another room, so if you wanted to rent 2 rooms, you could turn it into a large suite. And this couch will fold out into a bed. So you can sleep about 6 people in here. And as we look out, you can see it's a rainy, rainy day, but a really nice view of the grounds from up here. When the rain stops, we'll take a look outside. After I was all checked in, one of the employees came to the door and just checked if everything was okay. Handed me this box. And inside we have 3 chocolates. And here is a chocolate bar with a contemporary on it. That's a very nice arrival gift. Now we're going to walk down to the club level lounge, and that has snacks and breakfast and different things throughout the day. It's mid-afternoon, so let's go see what they have. And here's a view from our balcony. Right there is a monorail track. Oh, here comes a monorail. So here are some different snacks. We have kettle chips, sweet treats over there, and even some afternoon cookies. And in the afternoon we also have espresso and soft drinks. Now it's a rainy day, but let's take a look outside. So even on a rainy day like this, there's a great view of the Magic Kingdom. Across the lake there's a Polynesian. And the Grand Floridian. And there's a boat landing and the monorail station and the buses. And right over here we see Magic Kingdom. What a great view. There's Fantasyland in the back. And of course you can see parts of Tomorrowland. There's Space Mountain. You can even see Splash Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The Hall of Presidents is right there in the front. It's morning, and does it smell good up here? Because all of the aromas and scents from the breakfast downstairs is just coming up through the atrium. But I'm going to head over to the club room and show you what they have for club level guests here at the Contemporary. So there is the breakfast at Chef Mickey's, and there is Mickey himself. Can you see him down there? He's walking with the manager. You can hear when Mickey came out because he got a big round of applause. So we're heading to the club level. I don't know, I'm not sure myself. This is my first morning waking up at the club level. So it looks like they have some kind of yogurt or parfait here. Fresh fruit. I'll bet they'll be replacing that soon. Meats, cheeses. Looks like some kind of variation on a deviled egg. Some pastries. We have juice, milk, and dry cereal. So it's just a narrow little deck out here. But I chose to sit out here. I found one small table, and it's wonderful to just gaze over the Magic Kingdom while you're having your breakfast. So you can see the breakfast is a lot of finger foods, a lot of pastries, half a hard-boiled egg, things that you can just pick up and eat. I didn't even notice any silverware there, but it's a nice way to start the morning, and it saves on the expense of a breakfast, particularly if you have an entire family staying here. And what a great way to have breakfast, sitting up here gazing upon the Magic Kingdom. Just wonderful. You can see a little bit of the Tiki Room there, Splash Mountain. I think there's a Hall of Presidents peeking up over the top. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Of course, the castle. You can see Tomorrowland in front. And there's New Fantasyland. And here comes a monorail heading into the Contemporary. And there we see Chef Donald. And Goofy is right over there. And there's Minnie. And Pluto's there too. And there's Mickey. Goofy is goofing it up. And as we go up, my room is right about there. So here's a look from the balcony when it's not raining. And right out there is where we saw the light parade last night. It's so bright I can barely see what I'm shooting. And once again out there we can see characters in flight way in the distance. See that dot in the sky? That's the characters in Flight Balloon. Really quite a view. There's Epcot and Spaceship Earth. This is right off my balcony. And over this way, there's Swan and Dolphin. You can see someone's parasailing out there. That'll take fun. Every evening, they had a turn-down service, and they would leave 2 of these on each bed. You can see I haven't been eating them all. I think it bears mentioning that the last 2 times I stayed at the Contemporary, the bathtub pretty much filled up with water. And what I mean is, when you're showering, the drain is really slow, and I ended up standing in ankle-deep water both my visits. Maybe a coincidence, but I thought I should mention it. I'm down at breakfast at the club room, and one of the things I like about the location of my room, I'm on the bay lakeside, are the views. When I'm on that side, I can look down at the pool area, the marina, I can look across the lake, see all of the things you've seen in this video. But I can still come here to the club room for breakfast and snacks, and I can see all of this. So there's a lot of variety. Now, some of you may prefer to see the Magic Kingdom side all the time. Make sure you ask for that. There's probably a little bit of a surcharge for that, but you never know. Can't hurt to ask and find out. So is it worth staying on the club level? Well, I think if you are a frequent guest and you're not one of those people that wants to get out first thing in the morning, a lot of people want to have the character breakfast and see things in the park, then maybe not. But if you are a frequent guest and you come often like I do, this opportunity to just relax in the morning, in the afternoon, spend some time back at the hotel, it may be worth it to you. You're not spending the money on all the breakfasts. Oftentimes you might not even eat so much throughout the day because you know you can come back here and have snacks, and you hear the boat horns in the background. So those are some things to consider, because you are paying more money to stay at the club level. And if those amenities are not important to you, or you're not going to be using them, this may not be for you. I know you probably don't want to see a half-eaten breakfast, but I thought you might be wondering what I'm having today. We have a cinnamon roll. This is, I'm not sure, it's just some kind of a roll with chocolate sprinkled. There's what's left of my croissant. I had some meat and cheese this morning, coffee, orange juice. That was pretty cute. A little kid just came up to the window here and was smiling and waving at me as I ate my breakfast. I'm going to see if I can zoom way in there. Rope drop is in about 10 minutes. And you can see all the people gathering at the entrance to Magic Kingdom. I think that's as close as I'm going to get. There they are, coming down off the monorail, coming off the boats over here. And they're all getting ready for a big day. Now that was a great visit. And now that it's all done, I want to talk about a few things that maybe didn't get covered while I was on the trip. The first is the room. As I said, I have stayed at the Contemporary many times, and regardless of whether you're in the garden wing or you're on the club level, the rooms are all exactly alike. And the one drawback that I personally don't like about the Contemporary are the bathrooms. I just don't like the bathrooms. Those little shallow sinks, they're only about 3 or 4 inches deep. I just don't like them. They splatter all over the place. They're just not very practical. There's only about, 10 inches of counter space, 9 inches of counter space between the 2 sinks, and that is it. There really aren't any shelves. There's kind of a ladder that I don't think I showed in the video as soon as you walk in that the towels hang on. But aside from that, if you want to take a shower and bring your clothes in and then get dressed, if you're with a group of people, with your family, there really is no place to even set your clothing down, because there is no shelf space in there. And that is really the biggest drawback. I wish that they would remodel the bathrooms in the Contemporary. And as I mentioned in the video, I have noticed the last 2 times I stayed that the showers just don't drain. And it's kind of a, an uncomfortable feeling having to stand ankle deep in water. And I don't even take showers that are that long. It's not like I have to wash my hair or anything. But that is the drawback to the Contemporary. So what are the good things to the Contemporary? Well, there are a lot of them. You saw Chef Mickey's. If you want to do a character meet and greet, a character dining, Chef Mickey's is a great place to do it. There's so much atmosphere. You saw all of the different characters. We saw Mickey, we saw Donald, we saw Minnie, we saw Goofy, we saw Pluto. So many characters that you can meet at that dining. Also, just the atmosphere of having the monorail go through, you really feel like you're at Walt Disney World. And the food is good. I did that character breakfast and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't do it on this trip, but I've done it before. So even if you're not staying at the Contemporary, you might want to think about doing the character breakfast at Chef Mickey's. It's easy to get to. Even if you're not staying on grounds, once you go to the Ticket and Transportation Center, just hop on the monorail. Hop on the resort monorail and it'll drop you off right inside the Contemporary. Now, the other nice thing about the Contemporary is the location. It's so close to the park. If you really like Magic Kingdom, you're going for Magic Kingdom, it's about a 10-minute walk. And the security line, it's just along the sidewalk. And it's very short. There's rarely more than one group of people in front of you. So if you don't like those long security lines entering at the parks, that walk from Contemporary to Magic Kingdom is a nice, comfortable, relaxing walk. Security is short. And on the way back, when everybody is just waiting in mobs to get on the monorail, and it might be 2 or 3 or 4 trains that go by before you get on, and you're crowded, and you're hot, and you're sweaty, and you're tired. And the same thing for the boats. By the time you walk up that monorail track, you're halfway to the Contemporary. So the location is just fantastic, especially if you like Magic Kingdom. But what if you want to go to the other parks? Well, if you get on the monorail at the Contemporary, the first stop is the Ticket and Transportation Center, and you can get a monorail direct to Epcot. From Epcot, you can get a boat that takes you to Studios. Also from Epcot, if you walk right through Epcot and leave out the back, you're at Boardwalk. So it's really, really convenient. As far as the other parks or getting to Disney Springs, like any park, there are buses. Right outside of the Contemporary is a bus stop, and the buses will take you anywhere you want to go. One day, I spent an entire afternoon, almost an entire day, not even going to the park. I just got on the monorail. I visited the 3 big monorail resorts, which is the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, and the Contemporary. I took the boats all over the place. You have the shuttle boats, the ferry that takes you back and forth from the transportation center, the smaller boats that take you to the Grand Floridian, and the Polynesian. You can take a boat that takes you to the Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wilderness Lodge. And I'll tell you, and you see those boats, by the way, in this video. That's what all those boats were. They were going to the different resorts. And there's just so much to do without even going to the park. Now let's talk about the fireworks. If you haven't seen it, you should look at my fireworks video. This trip was during the 4th of July. And so I watched the 4th of July fireworks from the club level. I'm going to link that video here. And it was really a neat way to see it. The crowd was not very busy at all up there. I just walked out onto that little balcony and you were able to watch the fireworks and you saw the view. You know, you get a great view of Magic Kingdom. So you saw the view. And during the 4th of July, what they do, they have a different kind of fireworks because they also launch fireworks from one of the islands in the Seven Seas Lagoon. And that's why if you watch that video, you're gonna see me panning back and forth so you can see both sets of fireworks. Now, some of the people that were up there had been there year after year, and they say that that is their best viewing point. I don't know if I agree with that. I have seen the 4th of July fireworks from a lot of different locations. I've seen it from Main Street, I've seen it from the Grand Floridian, and they're all a different experience. I don't know if one is better than the other, but they're all different, and it's certainly worth seeing the fireworks from that club level if you have the opportunity. Now you might say, well, I don't want to miss out. I'd like to see both. That's okay, because the 4th of July fireworks at the Magic Kingdom are done twice. They're done on July 3rd and on July 4th. So you can see one from Main Street, and then you could see the other from club level if you wanted to. Now, the other nice thing about staying at that club level that I really didn't emphasize is the concierge service. We had our own private concierge table. There were generally at least one, sometimes two people working there. So you didn't have to go downstairs, wait in line at the front desk. If you wanted to make dining arrangements, if you wanted to make arrangement for some of the tours, whatever you needed, you had your own personal concierge. Now I say it's personal, but it was for that floor level, but they were rarely busy. Occasionally I would see one person or one family there, but that's a whole lot better than going downstairs and waiting at the front desk, which of course you still have the opportunity to do. The other nice thing was you saw all of the foods and snacks that they put out, but the beverages were always out. So when you came back, if you wanted to go there and grab a water or a soda or a juice, you could do that. What I found myself doing is I would take, a Coke or a juice, and I would put it in my refrigerator in my room. So when I got back from the night, I could just go straight to my room and I knew that I had a cool beverage waiting for me. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this visit to the Contemporary Hotel Club Level, which is on the 12th floor. It is the top floor, I believe, that is within the Atrium. I think there's a higher floor. It goes up a couple extra floors. I don't know what's up there because I've never been there. But there's a lot of other options at the Contemporary. Now, I did do a Contemporary grounds tour, not this trip, but last time I was there, and I just haven't had a chance to edit it and get it up yet. But I think this is going to be my incentive to do that, because I'm sure all of you are going to want to see, okay, we see what the Contemporary looks like from that level. What about the rest of it? So I'm going to see if I can't get that grounds tour up in the next few days. I hope you enjoyed this visit. It was awful fun going there and experiencing the club level of the Contemporary Hotel and Resort. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I love hearing from you. As always, I love it when you like the videos, give me the thumbs up, and especially when you subscribe. I'm trying to get some traction going with this video, and the more subscribers we have, the more people that find us, and the more videos I'm able to make. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Mark.